guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Onika. If you're new here, welcome in. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Happy New Year. I know it's February now, but still, Happy New Year. We're starting off 2026 with, you know it, some more Oner Active. This video is going to consist of two different drops that they've had in January. I'm just going to loop them together because it's a little bit easier. First is the Honor Your Body Through Movement capsule, and then the Blackberry color inject. And let's just jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and start with what I'm wearing, which is the SoftMotion Racerback mid vest. I've reviewed these on my channel before. I'll put the link in the description, so I won't go into too much detail now. But I have it in two new colors from this drop. So this is Velvet Mocha, and then I also have it in chalk pink that I'll put on the screen as well. I'm wearing a size medium. This is one of my favorite tops that Oner does at the moment. I absolutely adore this top. I have zero notes for it. It is so, so comfortable. Definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes, you can honestly go either way. But the straps are pretty comfortable in a size medium. I think I could even probably do a small and it would be fine for me personally. But the way this medium fits, I wouldn't change anything about it. Absolutely adore this top. There's the back. Super comfortable. You can train in it if you would like. You can go out and about in it. It's a very versatile top, so I absolutely adore it. And I'm pairing the Racerback mid vest with the new EffortlessLift mid-rise shorts. They have updated the Effortless line to EffortlessLift. It's the exact same material, it's the same line. They've just updated the name. So this is a size small in the color Velvet Mocha. I just love these so much. I will definitely do a comparison next to EnhanceLift as well as the normal high-rise effortless lift shorts, but I think the rise of this is absolutely perfect for me. Again, I have a shorter torso, so mid-rise is just exactly what I needed. With the normal high-rise shorts, I had to fold over the waistband just for it to sit where this one is sitting right now. And I'm so glad we have this option now. I will tell you right now, I am not buying any more high-rise effortless shorts. It'll be mid-rise for me from now on. I will say though, the logo they've changed to gray. It is no longer white, and that's across the board with their products. They're doing a gray logo now, which I'm not crazy about, but it's kind of whatever at this point. But absolutely love these. The material feels a little bit slick. It's not like fuzzy or plush or anything like that. Definitely more of a slick performance material, which Effortless is known for, but some of the batches can be really soft and plushy and like prone to pilling. I wouldn't worry about these pilling whatsoever. They feel very, very slick to the touch. Still pretty stretchy. It doesn't stretch a ton. Like this is as much stretch as I'm getting in the legs. And then as the body of the shorts, yeah, that's about as much stretch as I'm getting. I don't find it restrictive at all whatsoever, but it definitely stretches a lot less than some of like the older colors and the older batches. I will do a squat test for you. I have already trained in these shorts. They held up really, really well. They still roll up. I just feel like Effortless kind of just does that anyway because these thigh seams aren't super tight. They still roll up, but I do just find this fit overall more flattering. Usually with seamless shorts, I notice that the waistband tends to roll with movement. That just happens with all leggings pretty much for me. But with this being a mid-rise, I didn't find it rolling very much. Like even if it rolled down when I was like bending over, it would go right back to where it was. So big, big fan of these shorts. I would definitely say go with the same size you normally wear in Effortless. I don't think you need to do anything different there. This is very true to size to me. If you're in between sizes, you can definitely go with the larger size. I'll bring the camera down and do a little squat test, but I just adore these. Like, I think that's pretty good. Like, it's not really moving much. But yeah, big fan. Do a little squat test. I just find these so flattering. Like, oh my God. I'm just so excited to have more of these. I do think over time, as they release more colors in the mid-rise line, I might have to start swapping out my high-rise shorts for these because I just adore the fit so much. They just feel so comfortable. I feel like it's not squeezing my waist a ton either. With the high-rise, I feel like it really snatches me in, which is nice sometimes, but this feels a little bit more comfortable. Definitely still a little bit more snatching than EnhanceLift just because of the cut of the waist on this, but I just love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Now, you guys saw how I was talking up the mid-rise shorts. The mid-rise leggings are a completely different vibe for me. First of all, my whole belly button is out. my entire belly button. Why? I don't understand why this is so low compared to the shorts. Like, this is not mid-rise to me. If my torso is on the shorter side and my whole belly button is exposed, it's not mid-rise. This is definitely more of a low rise on my body type, which I hate, absolutely hate. The back, again, it's just cut too low. You can see like the waistband is literally dipping down in the back. I do think the back looks flattering. I'm just not a huge fan of the waistband dipping down like that. And then obviously the front is just an absolute disaster. I hope they make changes to the leggings in the future and fix this because this is not giving mid-rise, it's giving low-rise. And I don't love that. But also I just feel like it just doesn't make sense. Like if the shorts are fitting one way, why are the leggings fitting completely different? Like the rise is completely different. So I don't love that. The material is exactly the same though as the shorts, like definitely slick. I don't feel like this is gonna pill or anything. But yeah, the rise issue is really bizarre. Like I feel like it's cutting off my glutes in the back as well. It's really strange. I'm not really sure what's happened here. I don't know if like measurements got messed up or like specs or something before they cut the material. I don't really know what happened, but the leggings and the shorts when it comes to the new mid-rise range, they do not fit the same whatsoever. I will do a squat test as well in this just to show you. I'm actually really curious if you squat in this if the waistband will continue to like slide down or dip down in the back. I don't know. I feel like I keep wanting to like pull this up, but it still dips down. Like, do you see how it's like drooping down? It's just really weird to me. Yeah, sheerness isn't an issue at all for me in this color. I think I would go back and get the high-rise leggings in this color and maybe stick to the high-rise leggings in the future. Just because this is the weirdest cut I've ever seen for mid-rise. So yeah, I think I would stick to the high-rise leggings in Effortless, but do mid-rise shorts for Effortless from now on. I still think it's really flattering on the glutes, like I said, but it's just the waistband and the rise is just throwing me. I'll do some flat lays of the high-rise leggings, as well as these compared to the shorts, all the flat lays, just so you can see the difference between all of the different lines and yeah, I'm not sure. This is just really strange to me. I would say these are still true to size, though I don't feel like it's too tight or too loose. Definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes, you can definitely size up, especially with the waistband kind of dipping down at the back. I think sizing down would make that even worse. But yeah, the mid-rise effortless leggings, not a fan. But the mid-rise shorts, excellent. Okay, now we're moving on to the AirMove collection. This is my first time trying anything from the AirMove line. I have the AirMove straight leg joggers, I think they're called, or straight leg pants. I'll put the correct name on the screen. This is in Velvet Mocha in size small regular. There is the back. It has zip pockets, super lightweight, sort of like windbreaker material, but it's very soft. It's not like rough or anything. We have a gray reflective logo here. Super comfortable pants. I'll bring the camera down so you can see where the length falls on me, but they're definitely pretty long. Again, I'm wearing them on my hips, so that definitely plays a role there. But let me bring the camera down so you can see. Hopefully you can see where it's falling on me. This is without shoes, obviously. Overall, I do really like these joggers. I think I'm just not a huge fan of this size in particular. The crotch is super long because it's on my hips, and I can't wear it on my waist because the waist is just too big in a size small. I do have a couple more sizes to show you, but again, this is small regular. Let me just quickly show you the other sizes I have. So this is the same joggers in extra small long. These I can wear on my hips because the waist is a little bit smaller. It still has a lot of space, a lot of stretch. I definitely prefer this fit I think it looks better on my glutes. I think it just looks better on my body type, being able to wear them on my waist instead of my hips. The crotch isn't as long. And the length is pretty much the same as a small regular, but again, it depends on how you wear it. Me wearing these on my waist looks exactly the same as me wearing it on my hips in the small regular. I'll bring the camera down really quickly so you can see how long these are. Hopefully you can see. But yeah, this is the extra small long. I think with shoes, these would be absolutely fine. It's definitely skating the floor for sure. But if I just like prop up on my toes a little bit, it's definitely hovering above the floor, which is honestly the length that I would want it to be at. So just to give you a reference, I wear small long in most of Honor's like lounge joggers, except for raw lounge, I wear an extra small regular. And in the mid-weight relaxed joggers, I wear small regulars. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a reference of like my preferences when it comes to sizing. I think in the AirMove straight leg joggers, I think I prefer the extra small long just because I can wear it on my waist very easily and it gives me the length that I want. I will put on the screen a picture of me wearing these in extra small regular, which is a length shorter. Those were definitely too short for me, so I definitely prefer the long. I think honestly that I'm in between sizes when it comes to Honor, when it comes to lengths anyway, but I would always rather go for the longer length than the shorter length. You can kind of work with it a little bit better, but I definitely prefer the way this is fitting me in this size. I definitely prefer to wear these joggers on my waist than my hips. It just looks more flattering on my body. But I've seen them on other people who wear them on their hips and it looks fantastic. I just know that I'm probably not going to wear them that way very often. Maybe if I wear it with like a top like this where it's covering my whole torso, it'll be a little bit better. But then I still have the issue of the crotch being really long. So yeah, hopefully that helps with sizing. I know that's a little bit confusing, but I feel like you really have to think about how you want to wear them, waist versus hips. And then from there, you can kind of pick. If you want to wear it on your waist, size down. If you want to wear it on your hips, then go with your normal size in joggers in general. As far as the length, again, if you're wearing it on your waist, maybe go with a longer length. If you're wearing it on your hips, you can probably go with the shorter length. So hopefully that helps. That's a little bit confusing, but if that didn't help at all and you're still confused on what size to get, definitely leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Okay, now we are moving on to the final new pieces from the Honor Your Body Through Movement capsule. We have the brand new MellowMotion line. This is basically a performance MellowSoft, and I picked it up in two different lengths. We have the mid short sleeve and the mid long sleeve. This is velvet mocha. This is dark khaki. I'll put both on for you. I've already worked out in this multiple times. I keep reaching for them. I love them so much. But let me quickly put these on for you. So this is dark khaki. This is a size small in the mid short sleeve. We have the Honor logo stitched in, I think, on the back. Yeah, that's definitely stitched in. The design of this is very similar to MellowSoft. The same princess cut lines here. I don't know if you can see them on the front here. Um, the sleeves are a little bit more slightly capped, not too much. Um, Again, this is a size small. I do wear small and medium in MellowSoft, but I definitely prefer the small just because that fabric is super, super stretchy. This one doesn't stretch as much. Like this is as much stretch I'm going to get in the sleeves. So if you're sensitive to like seams underneath your arms, you might be a little bit annoyed by these. So maybe size up. It doesn't bother me personally, and I've trained in these a million times already, it feels like, and I have no complaints really. It is definitely sweat wicking, not sweat proof. You are still going to see sweat on this like you would on MellowSoft, the same amount of sweat. But I would say after maybe 20 to 30 minutes after sweating in this, it does dry. So it's definitely sweat wicking. However, it does leave deodorant marks on the fabric, but I've washed these and I don't see any marks anymore. So it does come out in the wash. So that's something to take note of. Even when the sweat dries, you're still going to see a mark from the area where you were sweating. Washes really well. I think the quality is really nice. Like I have no complaints at all whatsoever with these. I just think they're so flattering and I would definitely buy more of these to train in. I 100% prefer training in these than MellowSoft. I think this fabric is just a little bit more breathable. It's a little bit more cooling than MellowSoft is for me. So definitely in the warmer months, this is really going to come in handy. I'm still going to train in my MellowSoft for sure, but I think I definitely prefer MellowMotion at this stage. So here is the mid long sleeve in velvet mocha. There is the back as well. Same comments as the short sleeve. I don't really have extra comments for this one. Apart from the sleeves, they're definitely a little bit more snug in the long length than the short sleeves. They're definitely a little bit more snug in the long sleeve versus the short sleeve, but it's not restrictive at all for me. I am curious to compare the cut of the neckline on this compared to MellowSoft. I feel like this is maybe a little bit more narrow, just slightly, and obviously the seams around the collar look a little bit more pronounced. I'll have to double check, but yeah, these tops really nice. Highly recommend them. I think if you're in between sizes and you're sensitive to maybe things being a little bit more snug around your arms, definitely size up. You can definitely size up if you're in between sizes for sure. You don't have to if you want it to be a little bit more snug fitting and you don't mind it being a little bit more form fitting, you can definitely size down, but I think if you're in between sizes and want it to be more comfortable, definitely size up. I'll also make sure to include some close-ups of the fabric, and I'll compare it to Go-To Seamless as well as MellowSoft, and maybe even the new Oner Seamless range that they released. I can do a comparison of all four of those, but we'll be going over those next. But that is, I think, all I have for the Honor Your Body Through Movement capsule. Let's move on to the Blackberry Purple Color Inject. Okay, moving on to the Blackberry Purple Color Inject. This is the new Oner Seamless top. I have a feeling this is replacing the Go-To Seamless range they used to have. It's a very similar fabric, just with like some upgrades. So I'll go ahead and put this on for you. This is a size small. Let me just show you this in real time because I don't find this top very easy to get on. There is some ribbing on the arms that I will show you that just makes this really hard to adjust while it's on, but let's see. I've already worn this, I've already washed it, so it's definitely stretched out a little bit since then, which is helpful for me because it's a little bit easier to get on, but yeah, it takes a little minute. Okay, so that is on now. Again, this is a size small. I'll show you some close-ups of the ribbing on the screen, but it does have thumb holes. I just realized I didn't have the mic on me. I was trying to show you in real time how I put this on and a little bit of how it's kind of a struggle with the ribbed material on this top, but the fit of this top is so nice. Again, it does have thumb holds. I'm not going to use them just because my arms are really long and I find that the thumb holes kind of dig into my hand as a result, but it's really easy to conceal if you don't want to use them. So there they are. If you don't want to use them, and you don't really see them. They're just kind of like this little slit there on your hand. So that's really nice. Even though it's a little bit tricky to get on for me, I don't find it restrictive at all. The fabric is very breathable, very lightweight, a little bit compressive in the arms, but I think that's because I sized down to a small, and then also because of the ribbed detailing on the arms as well. I trained in this, it held up really well. It does show sweat just like MellowMotion. However, it does wick away pretty quickly. Give it like 20 minutes or so and the sweat will be dry. Didn't overheat in this whatsoever. I just found it really, really nice to train in and I could see myself getting more. However, the price is pretty high for what you get. This is the mid length, which is giving more crop than mid. For me, mid is down here. Um, this is definitely more cropped. They do have a full length version, but the full length version probably goes to about here. So I'm not really sure how Honor decides what's cropped versus mid versus full length, but I feel like it's always a little bit off. Is the mid length, and it's $45, which I don't even have words. Hoping when they do release more colors that they eventually go on sale and I'll grab more then because I really do like this top, but I don't think it's a $45 top. Yeah, this is the back. We have the traditional Honor logo on the back. It is in gray. Again, they're changing all their logos to gray. I believe it is a stamped on logo, not sewn in. It feels like it's stamped on. But yeah, this top is really nice. I really like it. Unlike Go-To Seamless, when you stretch out this material, it kind of retains its shape a little bit. With Go-To Seamless, I find when I stretch it out, it kind of just stays where you stretched it out to. It doesn't really have good like snapback. This feels a lot more luxe, a lot better quality. I will say when I first put this top on, again, because the ribbing is so like stiff and doesn't stretch as much. I did hear a few threads snap as I was putting the top on, but again, I did size down, so I don't know if that's just a me problem. But yeah, this is the top. I think if you're in between sizes, you can really go either way depending on how you want it to fit. If you want it to be a little bit more comfortable, have a little bit more room and flexibility, size up. If you want it to be a little bit more snatch, a little bit more like a compression tee, then sizing down would be fine as well. But yeah, this is that new top. Hopefully that answers all your questions. I'll definitely do a comparison of all of the tops that I mentioned, all the performance tops, just so you can see the difference. Performance and MellowSoft, just so you can see the difference between the fabric composition and the way the material looks. That might be helpful. Okay, I really want to show you the different fabric compositions we're working with here with some of these new items. So we have the brand new items at the bottom and the older versions of them. So this is the old Go-To Seamless, the new Oner Seamless, the old MellowSoft, and the new MellowMotion. So let me just get close here. You can see the old Go-To Seamless has like these ridges or divots in the fabric. It's definitely more of a rougher texture. The seams are a little bit less bulky though in these compared to the new Oner Seamless. The seams are a little bit thicker. We have this ribbing going on, and there's ribbing on the sleeves as well. And the fabric's just slightly softer. You can see we don't have that rough texture as much as we do on the old Go-To Seamless. So there's the fabric difference between those two. So we have MellowSoft here, super, super soft, very, very thin, lightweight. The seams are a little bit more of a raw cut. They look a little bit less luxe compared to MellowMotion, which, look at that. The stitching is way more defined and just more finished. But the fabric is definitely a little bit less soft. You can kind of see the lines in the fabric a little bit more than you can in MellowSoft. The fabric is definitely a little bit rougher in texture compared to MellowSoft, but both are still pretty soft. But this is definitely going to be more performance. You can see it's a little bit shinier as well than MellowSoft. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of the fabric and how it feels. But yeah, I really like the stitching on MellowMotion a lot. Compared to MellowSoft, it just looks a lot more luxe. It looks like it'll maybe hold up a little better over time. But yeah, hopefully that helps. So this is the final brand new piece that Oner dropped with the Blackberry Color Inject launch. It is the new EnhanceLift Strappy vest. I'll put the name on the screen. This is a size small. I do have it in two sizes, size small and medium. I'm going to try on the size small for you, but I will put pictures on the screen of me in the size medium so you can see the difference. Let me put it on and then we'll discuss. Okay, so here we are. This is a size small. Honestly, on first looks, it looks fine. There is the back, but I do have quite a few critiques for this. First of all, the material is the same like enhanced lift material that we see on the shorts, so it's definitely thicker. So I can't be mad at that. But the straps are quite long and there's no way to adjust them. And even in a size down, I feel like this is not giving me very much support for that reason. Seams are so thick that I can literally feel every seam in this top, which I don't love. A size up definitely helps. I do feel like it's a little bit more comfortable, but I just said this gives me no support in a size down. So sizing up, it's even worse. I'm getting decent coverage in the front. I think this is really nice coverage, really nice scoop neckline. A little bit more side coverage would be nice, but again, I did size down. Sizing up does help. The waist has those body mapping contour lines on them like you see in the shorts and the leggings. Overall, I just feel like I look very square in this top. It's not snatching me in the right places, like the SoftMotion Racerback, for example. I feel this way honestly with EnhanceLift in general. The way things are cut is just not really very flattering on my body type. Yeah, I just like to be a little bit, a little bit like that. Anyway, back. We have this beautiful back. It's very open. This is quite low, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be a little bit higher. I'm not mad at it, but I feel like just because the straps are already quite long, that it just looks a little funky on me. You have the Oner logo at the back. It is sewn in. Again, it's a gray logo. I like how the branding isn't super in your face. Like, I'm glad it's just one logo on the back and that's it. Yeah, the support's very, very, very light. So sizing up is just no support at all. But again, overall, the top is not awful. I don't think it's horrible. I just think it doesn't really suit me. And I've seen quite a lot of comments of people saying they didn't really like the way this top fits them. However, there have been a lot of comments of people who really love this top and are glad to have a seamless top. But I'm not a huge fan personally. It does have a built-in bra and cup pads. But yeah, I don't know. This top just doesn't really flatter me the way I would like it to. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like with a little bit of movement, the straps just kind of get lower and lower and longer, and then I'm losing support and coverage here. I feel like Honor has other tops that I just prefer, but this is the only seamless top that I know of right now. So I would love to see some more options in the future. But yeah, I would say for this top, sizing is a little bit confusing. I would say if you're in between sizes and want a little bit more support, maybe size down. However, if you're sensitive to things digging or to like bulky seams or anything like that, sizing down might be a little bit uncomfortable for you. I personally cannot imagine being in this top longer than 30 minutes. Like, it's just like sensory overload for me already, just trying it on right now, just because I can literally feel every little thing. So yeah, I would say if you're in between sizes, size up for comfort, but size down for support, which I don't know how helpful that is. Those are my thoughts on the new EnhanceLift top. Personally, not my favorite. It's not the worst thing ever. I do think it has some cool features to it. And the fit isn't horrible. I just think there are other tops that Honor makes that I just prefer and like the fit of better. Very quickly before I go, I do want to show you guys the free gift with purchase that they did for the Honor Your Body Through Movement launch. This is the Honor Girlfriend Canvas Tote in Rosewood. It is so cute and it feels, not me just flicking the dust bag out. Yeah, it just needs to go. This is Rosewood in this new canvas tote bag. The fabric feels kind of like a potato sack, like it's that kind of material. Super cute. It has like a clasp on the inside to close it. There's one pocket on the inside. You can literally like flip the pocket out. It has Honor there. It is such a cute little bag. But yeah, I love it. Here's how big it is. It's a really nice size. It's not as big as like the quilted tote bag, for example, but it's a really nice size. And I like how it's a little bit more sturdy compared to like the other free gift with purchases totes they've done in the past that are a little bit more flimsy, less shape. This has its own shape to it. It's really, really nice. But yeah, this was a free gift with purchased. Very, very nice. That is all I have today for Honor's January launches, basically. Next video is going to be their Honor Your Body for You launch. That'll be the next video. Hopefully it'll be up a few days after this one goes live. That is all I have for you today. My apologies if I'm a bit rusty. Like, I'm still trying to get back into these reviews, and I feel like this one maybe isn't as detailed as it usually would be for me, but I need to just get it rolling again. But hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about anything, please put them in the comments below. I do not mind answering any of your questions. And thanks for watching. Again, happy 2026. Thanks for coming back. If you're new, hello. I hope you come back to the next video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you head out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.